All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into this business process outsourcing thing
Okay.
with a company called StraightPixel Inc.
It's a really interesting space right now. Companies like StraightPixel, they're changing how businesses think about their operations, their approach,
Yeah.
what they can do, and what they say sets them apart from everyone else.
So, like, for someone who's never really dealt with outsourcing much before, what's the quick, like, elevator pitch for StraightPixel?
Sure, yeah. So StraightPixel Inc. is what they call a managed back office service provider.
Okay.
They were founded in 2018, and they're based in the Philippines.
Okay.
And they basically act as a remote team for business.
Mm-hmm.
And they handle, all those vital but time-consuming tasks that keep a business running.
Do not like the customer-facing stuff, more like the internal stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about order fulfillment processing applications,
Mhm.
billing collections,
Right.
all the things that are really crucial but can easily bog a company down if they try to do it all themselves.
Yeah, I can see how that could be tempting to outsource, especially for a smaller company.
Right.
So who's behind StraightPixel?
So the founders are a couple named Kershaw and Josephine Rustam G.
Okay.
Kershaw's got like a ton of experience, 4 decades, they say,
Wow.
across a bunch of industries, sales, marketing, operations, manufacturing, even C-level management.
So he's been around the block a few times?
Yeah, and then Josephine, she focuses specifically on helping small and medium-sized businesses optimize their operations.
So they both kind of come at it from different angles, but with that focus on efficiency.
Exactly.
Now, I noticed that they mentioned in the document like a getting to know you approach with clients.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got to be pretty key in outsourcing, building that trust factor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're handing over, key parts of your business to somebody else. So feeling confident in those people that you're working with is essential. And StraightPixel seems to get that, a one-size-fits-all approach just won't cut it in this business.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So they have to tailor their services to each client's needs.
Okay, so I guess this leads to the big question, like, why outsource back office operations at all?
Right.
What are the advantages besides, like, just freeing up your time?
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head with that. Saving time is huge, but there's a lot more to it.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. These back office operations, they can be a real resource drain.
Yeah.
They often require a lot of time, manpower, expertise, and for a lot of businesses, especially smaller ones or ones without massive budgets, trying to manage all of that internally can be a real struggle.
Yeah.
So outsourcing to a company like StraightPixel that specializes in this stuff lets them offload those tasks, focus on what they do best, their core competencies.
So it's not just about getting it done, it's about getting it done well and without, like, pulling resources from other areas of the business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And outsourcing can also give you access to specialized skills and technology that you might not have in-house.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. And it can make your operations more flexible and scalable so you can adjust easily as your needs change.
Right, you might not need, like, a full-time accountant year-round.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see the appeal here.
Yeah.
So let's get into the specifics. What does StraightPixel actually offer? Like, what services are we talking about here?
Okay. So they break down their services into 3 main categories.
Okay.
First up, we've got virtual assistants.
Okay.
And this covers a wide range of tasks from, classic things like data entry and transcription to things like managing, basic customer service emails or even handling calendar scheduling.
So if your inbox is overflowing and your schedule's a nightmare, they can be your virtual assistant.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
And then we move on to back office team support.
Okay.
This is where it gets interesting because they offer kind of a mix of general and specialized services.
Right.
So we're talking about, things like management reporting, in-depth email management, online research, even recruitment assistance.
Wow.
And then they get into some more specialized stuff, particularly around finance, like accounts payable and receivable management.
So they're not just like basic admin tasks. They're going deeper into specific areas.
Right. Yeah.
I even saw they mentioned insurance platform entries.
Yeah. And that's a key trend we're seeing, in this whole BPO world.
Mm.
Companies like StraightPixel are going beyond, just handling basic tasks.
Yeah.
They're building specialized knowledge in specific industries and even offering support for complex processes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And then lastly, what about this project coordination support? What falls under that? So this is where they help you kind of organize and manage projects more effectively.
Okay.
So things like preparing and managing documents,
Yeah.
setting up online file repositories, and even working with project management tools.
Like Asana and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, Monday, Asana, Jira, all that stuff.
So they're not just doing the tasks, they're helping to kind of like optimize the whole workflow,
Exactly.
even if they're not the ones in charge.
Right. And one thing that really stood out to me here is they talk about using matching technologies and processes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. What does that even mean?
I'm really curious about that too.
Yeah.
It suggests that they really analyze a client's existing systems and workflows to
Okay.
make sure that their services integrate smoothly.
So it's not just about plugging in like a random worker.
Right.
It's about creating a system that actually like makes things better.
Exactly. Yeah. It seems like they're aiming to be more than just an extra set of hands. They want to be, a partner in making your business more efficient.
That's a good point. They talk about the StraightPixel advantage. What are they highlighting as their main selling points?
So they focus on 5 key things. They've got a skilled workforce, strong security measures, scalability, a commitment to high quality output, and transparency in all their projects.
Okay, all important things, especially when you're handing over, important parts of your business to someone else.
Right.
Why are these factors like becoming so crucial in outsourcing? What's driving that?
Well, and as outsourcing becomes more common, businesses are getting more discerning.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding the cheapest option anymore.
Right.
They're looking for partners who can deliver on quality, reliability, security.
Mm-hmm.
They need to feel confident that their data is safe, the people handling their tasks are competent, and that they can easily scale their operations up or down as needed.
So it's like finding that balance between affordability and expertise and trust.
Exactly. And StraightPixel seems to understand that they're not just saying, hey, we can do your data entry for cheap. They're positioning themselves as, a comprehensive solution that addresses all these key concerns that businesses have about outsourcing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the big picture, but what about the StraightPixel team itself? What do we know about their structure, how they operate?
Okay, so one interesting thing they highlight is that everyone on their team is a full-time employee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which suggests, they're committed to building a stable, dedicated workforce.
Okay.
Which often leads to greater consistency and quality of service.
Right, because they're not just like bringing in random freelancers.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
They also mentioned using, modern communication platforms like MS Teams, Zoom, Google Meet, the usual suspects.
Right.
And they also highlight that they're willing to use the client's preferred project management tools.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that speaks volumes about their adaptability and their focus on client needs.
It's like they're saying, we're here to work with you, not dictate how you should do things.
Exactly.
And that's got to make a big difference when you're trying to integrate a remote team into your workflow.
For sure. And to keep things transparent, they offer a weekly update dashboard that shows, all the tasks in progress and those that have been completed.
So clients can see what's happening in real time, get a sense of the progress.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that goes a long way in building trust.
Yeah.
And keeping everyone on the same page.
Why do you think there's such a need for this constant communication and progress tracking in the outsourcing world these days?
I think it really boils down to control and peace of mind.
Yeah.
When you outsource something as important as your back office operations,
right,
you want to know that things are running smoothly.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like you've lost control or that your tasks are just, disappearing into a black hole.
Right.
So this weekly dashboard is StraightPixel's way of, addressing those concerns.
Okay.
And making sure the clients feel informed and involved throughout the process.
It's like having that window into the workflow, so you're not just left wondering.
Right.
All right, let's talk about the cost of all this efficiency.
Okay.
How does StraightPixel's pricing work? What are we looking at here?
So they actually give a pretty clear breakdown, which is always a good sign.
Okay.
They offer pricing plans on an hourly, daily, weekly, or even monthly basis.
Okay.
And they're open to creating custom plans based on a client's specific needs.
So flexibility is key here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And their hourly rates range from US $8 to US $20, depending on the skills required.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, more specialized skills naturally command higher rates.
Right.
They also mentioned that timesheets are included with billing, which adds another layer of transparency.
So no hidden fees or surprises, hopefully.
Why not? No.
And then they even list out all their different payment options.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They accept PayPal credit cards, direct bank transfers.
Mm.
They even mention Wise.com.
Yeah, so they've clearly put some thought into making it easy for clients to pay them,
Yeah.
regardless of where they are or how they prefer to pay.
So it's clear they're trying to remove those barriers and streamline the experience.
Exactly. Yeah, and that attention to detail, both in their services and their overall approach, is something that's really stood out to me as we've been looking through this.
Okay, this is all super interesting, but we need to take a quick pause here. We'll be back in a moment to dive deeper into StraightPixel's offerings, their place in this whole BPO landscape, and what it all means for you.
Sounds good.